Hello to all. I am happy here that you are here with us. We have Sheena with me, and right now we are going to be talking about a little bit of her story, all the things that she has been going through to become a real deal with the fitness. So, Sheena, thank you for being here. Thank you for accepting this invitation to be here with us. We will have a good amount of people here with us, but really this is a conversation between us. So thank you for being here. Thank you for accepting this invitation to tell us about your story,
Sure.
who you are, where are you coming from, what happened in your life before. Then we are going to talk a little bit of what was the process of understanding how to change. What happened in that process? It was like 1 minute, or it was a couple of uh, months or years. Then what are you doing now? So tell us a little bit about your story, who you are, who you
Yeah.
were.
So my name is Sheena Lakodia. I'm the founder of the Living Lean program. Um, I want to talk a little bit about my past. When I was a fifth grader, I found out, or I realized that I was the slowest runner in my PE class. And that really affected my self-esteem a lot. And I was teased, and I was the last person to be picked for relay races. And I continually remember that. But what I did was when I was 16, I decided that I wanted to get in great shape. So I went to 24-hour fitness and I joined a fitness class. It was an aerobics class and it was really fun. I felt really alive and people were not judging me. So I really got into fitness there. I got in great shape. I ended up getting certified and I started teaching exercise classes at all the big clubs. Then when I went to UC Davis, I taught classes there at the rec center. They had a huge stage, which was awesome. And I had a microphone and 75 people in the class. And then I went to Cornell, and I was basically studying immunogenetics and nutrition. And I was working on my graduate degree there. And I started a class for the graduate students, which was really cool. Um, and then I decided I worked in industry for years in marketing, and I always taught classes there as well. And then later on, I decided to slow down and I started my own business, which is the Living Lean program. And of course, now I am very confident because I have worked out, I've been in shape, and that whole process of becoming fit made me really be in touch with how it affects your self esteem and how you can become happier and healthier by really getting in shape and working out and being in tune with yourself.
Awesome, Sheena. This is amazing, and I know that you are having this new program that you are helping people to overcome exactly the same thing that you needed to overcome. If you bring like some story or something about a person, not, without saying the name of the person, but some people that has been working with you that you can remember, like, yeah, this person was having this type of problems because you saw them and you started to help this person to improve in their life. What can you tell me?
Um, well, it's interesting because everyone seems to come in and have something like that. And it's crazy that we all seem to have something that kind of holds us back, and it's the reason why we're not really reaching our goals. And this program really helps people to get in touch with that. But there's so many people that I'm trying to think. I could think of one person who came in and um, she, really was addicted to food and she wanted to, it was really hard for her to let go of that. And what I did is I kind of helped her to become addicted to fitness. So she would come in, she would do the bike, she would do the rowing machine, we would do the weight training. I would measure her body fat, then the numbers start to go down. She'd start to get excited. Then she'd start getting into the food more and start eating more healthfully. And each time she would come in and I would measure her, and she would be losing body fat. And she was really excited because there was so much more that she could do. Her friends were telling her that she looked great. She started to buy new clothes, and it was a great experience.
Awesome, awesome. So let's go a little bit quick with your presentation of the Living Lean program. So you can start to share that with everyone. What is exactly what you are doing, how you are doing this. So this is the program that Sheena has right now. Uh,
Yeah, so the Living Lean program. So what I've done is I've helped hundreds of people to get in the help them to get into the best shape of their lives, to manage and eliminate disease, diabetes, hypertension, and obesity. So what is the program? It's a lifestyle training program which incorporates a customized eating plan, personal training, weekly diet review, and body fat measurements. And the life coach is really an important part of it because the life coach helps people to be accountable to someone, to have a relationship with someone, and that motivates them to work hard for that person. And the coach also helps people to avoid fitness plateaus.
and tell us a little bit more about this part of the Live Coach because I really believe this is key for your program and when we're
Yes,
talking
it
about
is.
that.
It's true that people come in and usually they have something that's bothering them. There's a reason why they have the issue that they have where they can't control their eating. Maybe they're using it for stress or something like that. But what the fitness experience does, what I try to help them do is to tune into that experience and tune into how it's helping them to become stronger and more fit. And we talk about it. We talk about how they're feeling, and we go over their eating, how that's going, and if there's a problem, we talk about, why that is and what they think they can do to overcome that. So that coaching really helps. And then I also, measure them so they can see what's going on. So I think the accountability really goes a long way.
Yeah, and I agree. Like between accountability, relationship, the coaching process, because at the end, the reason a person can be fat or like not in shape are like a million, like it could be because of their brain or because of genetics, because of different things. So understanding really what is going on and not only like, okay, this is the diet and follow the diet and I will ask you next week if you follow the diet and that's it.
Yes,
But
and I think that is the difference. I think that a diet is a list of food, and people can go try to do it, but at the end of the day, they're not connecting with it. It's not really helping them in any way, and they don't really overcome any addiction that they might have.
mm,
So the talking, it really helps because it's like counseling in a way, getting through the issue behind why they're not losing weight.
yeah, so I believe this is really powerful, exactly this part. And that's why I was like a little bit more in depth on this because
Yeah, you're right. That's
yeah,
a good point.
this is the point where everything changes, and this is the reason. Like, okay, working with Sheena is different than working with Tom or another person, because at the end you are helping not only like, okay, let's see, your body fat is 19.2, let's
Mhm.
go to 19.1, but okay, what is happening in your mind? What is
Yes,
happening in your self-esteem? Are you
yes,
feeling better? How are you feeling? After you understand all those things that are happening when you eat that hamburger, what is happening in your mind, what is happening in your body, let's understand what is happening behind. And when people start to see that, like, okay, there's a lot of psychology behind me and behind all the things that I am doing, everything changes.
and I found that when people experience fitness, that's when they start really getting in shape. So they pay attention to it. And so that, when I teach my spin class, that's what I do. I tell people to close their eyes, focus on your breath, focus on how you feel, think about your form. It kind of brings everything back to you. And when, everyone's so busy, we don't have time to really focus on ourselves. So fitness really does help you to tune into your own, how you're feeling, your spirit. and helps you in that way. You heal yourself from inside.
And if you have to think, what do you think is first? Fitness, psychology, food, which one is first
I
from your
think I
experience?
think you have to do them together. I think that when people first start the fitness program, they're like, this sucks,
Yeah.
and then when they come in after a few times and they start feeling better and they start seeing changes, then everything changes. So the psychology starts, it's a part of it the whole time, but then it just becomes more clear that this is kind of where I want to go as they get further into the program. But the first step is really hard. And that's why I think a lot of people want to probably do this program that don't call me, because that first step is terrible because you're just there and you're out of shape and you have to get started and it's awful, right? But then I know that I'm going to, in 2 weeks, I know where they're going to be. So that's why I encourage people to try.
And how do you help them to overcome that first step?
Um, well, usually this is kind of strange, but I put them on the bike, and a lot of times when they start getting in, they start moving and they close their eyes and they're breathing. And I try to talk to them about, focus on your breathing and, how you're feeling. And when I'm working them out, I'm thinking, what would really help this person to feel better?
Mm.
So I give them a really good workout and I think they feel great and they leave feeling awesome and they're sweaty. And so I think then after a while, they just start feeling great and they want to keep coming back. If not to lose weight, but just because they felt so much better, they had so much energy and they
Mm.
can focus better.
Mm.
So there's so many reasons why people exercise. Um, and I think, I also, they do pay for 6 weeks. So that kind of keeps them locked in. So, which is kind of funny, but I do actually, I structured the payment that way because I know that people will commit for that long. That's how long they need to get into the habit.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So I let's continue with your presentation. You have the diseases that you help them.
Yes. So we've helped people to overcome or manage their diabetes, cardiovascular disease, blood pressure, high cholesterol, obesity, and autoimmune disease. So these are we have a lot of people that have some level of this. It may not be extreme, but we've been able to lower cholesterol. We've been able to lower blood pressure, and they go to their doctor, they come back, and they have good results, which is really exciting.
And when they lower the blood pressure, for example, or the diabetes, they can say that they can stop taking the meds that they are taking.
Yes, yes. I've had clients like Bill Rudolph. Oh gosh, I hope he's not listening. But I have had clients that have had diabetes and that were no longer diabetic. Their doctor, he said, you're off meds, you're done. And this was one of my very first clients, and it was really funny because like I didn't really know what I was doing at first, but I gave him the eating plan and he did that. And then, I did the weight training with him and he lost 22 pounds in a month.
Wow.
Yeah. So and he was no longer diabetic. And he was one of the ones that made me feel like I should really start a business.
Mm. And how much time do you think that they need, at least in the proportion? I know that each person is different, but if they need to improve their diabetes or blood pressure or cholesterol, all these diseases, how much time they need to start to see results? Like, okay, now maybe I am taking 2 pills for the blood pressure, and in 2 months I can start just with one because everything is improving, and in 4 months, what is the time that you have seen until now?
Yeah, I don't have enough data points and I haven't really analyzed it to give you like a clear answer. But after the first 2 weeks at Living Lean, people have lost body fat and they've increased muscle mass.
Mhm.
So that's huge. So that gives you an idea of how quickly people can get in shape. And it's, you don't want to think about, I mean, I try to get people not to think about results and try to think about the journey and just kind of be in tune with the experience. And how do you feel? Do you feel better? Do you feel happier? Do you have more energy? If you focus on those things instead of numbers, you're going to be more motivated, because numbers, they go up and down. I never check my numbers anymore. It's just, I know what I need to do. I know that. And in this program, what's good is you're doing weight training. So, as you get stronger, you're going higher in weight. On the bike, you can go faster. On the rowing machine, you can do more miles per minute. So these are measurements that show you that you've improved. And that is what motivates people. Numbers are numbers. If you have a lot of muscle in your body, you're going to weigh a lot more than somebody who doesn't. So weight on the scale is ridiculous. And I don't use the scale very much, only for my calculations, but I usually don't tell people how much they weigh.
Mm. And how long is your program? It's like, oh, I know that it's 6 weeks that at least starting the point, but it's like every day or it's every 2 days or how is it?
Yeah, so most people come 2 to 3 days a week.
Oh,
So,
awesome.
and then I usually have a boxing class on Saturday that I do online. So, and I teach spin classes as well. Yeah,
So this is good because between 2 and 3 times per week for 1 hour or how much time?
it's 45 minutes.
45 minutes during 1 or like 6 weeks, you are going to improve all these diseases. This is great.
Yeah, it's really not very much time. But
Exactly.
what you do, but what it does is it just makes you, when you go home, then you eat the right stuff. You go to the store, you get the right food and all of that. And I do train online as well. So I have a lot of online clients, not just at the gym.
Okay, awesome. No, but this is good because really sometimes people is like, no, I don't have 1 hour or 2 hours per day to do this. Then it's impossible. No, it's 45 minutes 2 or 3 times per week. So that it's much better to understand. And of course, I know that for in my case, when I am not doing exercise, I start to crave for more things and more things that I don't really need.
Yes. And now that we're working from home a lot, it's really easy to get to the refrigerator.
Exactly. Exactly. So
It's,
I agree with you. When you have a program like this one that is helping you to really uh, like focus, okay, I start to do exercise and then that is helping me to think like, okay, what is my eating, what I am eating right now, is this like helping me to improve in my health or not? That starts to happen, that conversation inside yourself start to happen when you are like, okay, I am doing exercise and I am eating healthier, and that is helping me to do more exercise, and that is helping me to eat
yeah, I mean, I think that you bring up a good point, because really, if you join the program, you don't really have to think much. So if you're a busy person, you don't have time to think about what I'm going to eat, what I'm going to exercise. The exercise is there. I tell them the eating, give them the eating, and then it kind of simplifies your life in a way, because you're really not eating that much and you're eating pretty simply. So it does simplify your life, I think.
okay,
Uh,
what
so
is this part diet?
Yeah, so with the diet, so the difference between dieting and this program is that this program builds you up, and it helps you, gives you the protein that you need to build muscle, and the good carbohydrates. Whereas diets deplete you, they actually, by not eating, your metabolism shuts down. So your body thinks you don't have any food coming in. I don't need to burn any calories. I don't need to metabolize anything. So that's how you start to gain weight. And it's difficult to burn calories and you store fat. So that's a lot of what I see, especially for people that are like over 40. Their metabolism is starting to slow down. And they've gained weight just because they've gained weight. They didn't do anything to gain weight, but they just are, or, they're not as lean as they were before. So. Yeah, so metabolism. So this program is designed to increase your metabolism. So every time you eat, so it's multiple meals. Every time you eat, you burn calories. And the portion sizes, are just exactly what you need. So you're eating small portions, you know, very often. So basically, you're burning what you eat, right? So you're not storing anything,
Mm,
but you're full. And the reason you're full is because of the food content.
mm,
So the food content is the diet program is designed so that you can eat less calories and be full.
mm.
So
No, and that's key because sometimes if we are just eating bread, for example, that's why, or a pizza, that's why your body continues asking for more food because it doesn't have any nutrients inside. And that
yeah,
when you continue eating pizza, 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 and yeah, you eat one complete pizza, one whole pizza. Yeah, of course, you can eat two pizzas and you don't have any nutrients in your body. So
right.
that,
And like it's simple sugars in pizza, right? So fiber slows down the way the sugars are broken down. So when you have fiber in your food, your sugars are getting broken down slowly, so it doesn't get stored as fat.
mm,
So that's another interesting point about fiber.
mm. Yeah, so I agree 100% with this because okay, what is the difference between body fat and weight?
Yeah, so basically, weight on the scale is what really messes people up, I think, because, if you've eaten, if you've not eaten, you're going to be heavy or light. You could be, kind of, water loaded or something. Maybe you had a lot of water. So weight doesn't change in big increments. Like it's not like you're going to see a big weight change between today and next week. I mean, weight changes really slowly, but I measure body fat and I use a caliper so I can measure the folds on your skin and I can calculate exactly what your body fat percentage is based on the different points on your body. And that seems to be a better measure, a more accurate measure of whether you're making progress. So people exercise, they're not even sure if they're making progress because the scale is not moving. So
Mm,
in this program, if you're making progress, you'll know because your body fat will change, and I can show you that.
yeah, no, that's another good thing. Avoiding, I decided because I am an engineer, I always like to know my numbers and everything that is happening in my life. But I decided to have something to measure not only my weight but my body fat. Then I know, okay, it's okay that my weight is going up because that means that I am, but my body fat is going down. That means that I am building muscle. So
Yes. And the
that
other thing is you might not lose weight right away. Even if you're building muscle, you might start to gain weight before you lose weight. But the thing is, if you're hooked on the scale, you'll never build muscle. And if you never build muscle, then you'll never be able to burn calories efficiently.
yeah,
So the scale is not a good idea.
yeah. Okay, this is
Okay,
your
vision. Oh yeah, so my vision is to help everyone to become healthy. Yeah, so what I want to do is take my program and share it with the world because there's so many people that need help with this, and there's so much disease out there. And I wanted to, put this program onto a platform so that it could be shared with, other countries, anybody who needs it.
awesome,
And I have worked in the medical area, so I worked with Kaiser, the Kaiser program in Pleasanton, where I was, they have a weight loss program there, and they asked me to train some of their clients and get them in shape. So I did that for a while at my Danville location. And I have a lot of physicians as clients and a lot of physician referrals also.
awesome. So, and this is all that we have for the presentation. And do you have like some tips that you want to leave to the people right now that is listening to us that maybe they are thinking, "Ah, I don't know if I have to do this. This is great, but why they need to improve their health and
Yeah, I think I would say, You know, I think that if you're worried about like getting into a program or getting started, that you may just think about taking it one day at a time and try to focus on how you feel. instead of your results. If you focus on how you feel when you exercise, you might start loving it. And then if you start loving it, then you're probably going to get in great shape.
Mhm.
And you'll also be more sensitive to what you eat. So your eating will, if you once you start getting in shape, you'll start wanting healthy food because your body will be not be able to handle, unhealthy food. So it kind of feeds on itself. But the first step is just sort of tune into what you're doing and try to enjoy it.
Mm. Awesome. So Sheena, thank you very much for today. What is the how they can contact you? I know that you can contact me, and I will give Sheena if you don't have the way.
Yeah.
But any
My website is www.livingleanprogram.com. So, and my phone number is on there. And so you can just contact me that way. You can email Sheena@livingleanprogram.com. And I do online training, and I have a gym in Orinda, California. So I'm, and as soon as this pandemic is over, I'll probably have some trainers that can help me too. So we'll be able to take in a lot more people.
okay, awesome. Sheena. Thank you very much. This was fun. Thank you
Yeah.
for. Uh,
Thank you so much for hosting. It was fun.
okay, thank
Thank
you.
you.